feel better, make her feel better, then that's where she'll go. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and today I am bringing you another episode of our Globetrotter challenge. And as you can see, Piper has actually just been off exploring. I had sent her to the hospital. She was really struggling with her last episode, and she was needing to get herself some help. And so we sent her to the hospital, and as you can see, she's medicated. So the doctor had put her on some medication, and now she's got a sudden lack of symptoms, and they've advised her that she needs to go and see a therapist. And so she is like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit energized. I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't know really how I feel about talking to a therapist, but in this episode, she is going to speak with a therapist, but for now she's feeling a little energized because of that medication that they've got her on. And so she is like, well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and hit the slopes. We know that she sucks at the slopes, okay? She sucks at skiing, she sucks at sledding, but she, for whatever reason, feels like she wants to try her hand at some snowboarding. I don't see this boding well for her, but she does have that adventurous trait, and so part of her really wants to give it a go. So we're going to let her do it. So she's headed off to the slopes, and we are going to give snowboarding a chance. Granted, she is only going down the easy slope, so hopefully she won't wipe out too hard and break her neck or anything stupid like that. But she is going to go over here and go down this easy slope and use a snowboard. And she did get herself a loaner, and we are going to see how she fares. So, all right, Piper, let's see what you're made of. So here she goes. Okay, she's already starting off wobbly. This is not a good sign. I am worried she's going to bust her ass. I think she's totally going to wipe out. And yeah, I called that shit. She just doesn't have it in her. All right, snowboarding's the best though. She really likes snowboarding, so we'll let her like it. That's fine. She doesn't really care that she wiped out. So we have made it over here to the therapist's house, and she just needs to go ahead and have a consultation. So that is exactly what she's going to do. So she's like, hi, I went to the hospital and they have advised me that I needed to have a meeting with a therapist. And he's like, okay. I am not currently, practicing anywhere. I've just moved to the area. I do have my degree, but I'm not currently employed, but I can go ahead and we can have a first meeting. We can have a consultation, and we can just, have a chat if you'd like. And she's like, well, they gave me your information, so clearly your reputation precedes you. And he's like, oh, well, that's very kind of you to say. And she's like, well, my name is Piper, and I have some erratic tendencies where I hear voices, and they do have me on some medication. I am hoping that that's going to help with that, but they told me that I needed to talk to someone. And she's like, I have all of these irrational fears where it comes to talking with other people. And he's like, well, you seem to be doing okay with me. And she's like, you're a medical professional. I don't think you're going to harm me in any kind of way. If anything, you've given an oath to help people. And he's like, yeah. She's going to go ahead and go over here and just knock on the door and go inside, and they're going to continue their conversation. So she's like, come on in, Piper, and let's finish having this chat. And she's like, okay, doc, well, the whole issue is that, it's just getting to be really difficult for me to be able to go places. Like, I can't go anywhere without there being, these tendencies that I break out into, talking to myself, talking to these voices. The voices are getting louder and louder and louder. I'm finding it really hard to be in public places and around, people. And it's getting worse and worse and worse to where I'm having trouble functioning from day to day to day. And he's like, that sounds absolutely horrible. He's like, you know what we can do is, if you stay on the medication, we can go ahead and get you set up. I can refer you to a lovely clinic that offers regular therapy, and you can go and speak with those therapists on a regular basis, and they can assist you. They do offer their services on a daily basis, so you can go and see them. And she's like, really? And he's like, absolutely. She's like, I would absolutely love that information from you, and I think that would be great. And he said, do know that the medication does have a side effect where you might become gloomy, but it should take away your erratic tendencies. And she's like, okay, well, I think I can deal with a little bit of gloominess as opposed to talking to voices in my head. And he's like, most people would think that, yes, and we tend to agree. And she's like, okay, well, that sounds like a good trade-off. So what we've done here is I have actually gone into CAS and I have removed Piper's erratic trait and I have replaced it with the gloomy trait so that she can go ahead and get better. She is going to be going to therapy on a daily basis, which is going to cost her 75 simoleons. So she does have to go to therapy for this, and they will have discussions about her feelings, and hopefully it will make her feel better. So that is what Piper is going to do for her erratic tendencies. And then we will, once she is in her new area, consider her cured. So that is what we are doing, and of course she will just remain gloomy because she's now going to have the gloomy trait. But she's just finishing up her little meeting here with this doctor, and his name, I believe, is Gill. Dr. Gill. And then she is going to head on back to her house and go on with her time here. But she is like, I really appreciate you seeing me even though you're not actually currently set up. You know, the hospital wasn't sure you would actually see me, but I am really thankful that you did, because honestly I wouldn't have been able to find out about the therapy if it weren't for you, because they didn't mention anything about that. And he's like, well, to be completely honest, it's ran by a couple of friends of mine that I know in the area, and so that's why I'm privy to that information, and they may not just be aware of it. And he's like, but I moved out here just because I love the area, because I do know some people that are from here. So she was like, well, thank you so much again for all of your help. So we have arrived back here at the house. And as you can see, Piper now is very happy. She feels that that session went absolutely fantastic. She got a lot of information that she really, really needed, and she's feeling really positive about where her future is headed. I mean, if anything, she feels like she is really going to get better, and that is taking a load off of her. So she's going to go ahead and cook herself something to eat here. And it looks like she's opted for some mushroom caps, which, who doesn't love that? So she's just cooking that up. And then once she has finished that, we're going to go ahead and queue up something fun for her to do. I think maybe she should work on some knitting, but I don't know if I'll be able to get her to do that. But we will go ahead and try. And so as you can see, in the last episode, as soon as I ended the recording, I was able to get her to soak for a long time in the bathhouse. So now all we need to do is socialize at the onsen, go on a walk and collect a forest spirit, and take it slow and achieve our emotional mindfulness. So we will work on those things today. So once she finishes up this meal here, we will start working on those goals towards this aspiration today in this episode as well. And she's just like, damn, this food is so good. I was really hungry. That is so hitting the spot. And the plants all look good, so we can't use that as fun, even though, to be completely honest, that isn't fun for her. She absolutely freaking hates that. And the toilet is dirty, but she can't clean it up as of yet. And it says, Piper argued with Becco while she was out exploring. So while she was out going to the hospital, it looks like she got herself into an argument as well. Piper, what are you like? She's like, I was erratic. That's what I was like. Okay. Well, how about you go in here and you just read the Wilderness Digest. I think that might get your fun up a little bit. And we know for a fact that you like to read. So we'll let her do that. And then she can go to the washroom, and I will probably actually go ahead and queue up and let her get a little bit of rest. It is only 2 o'clock, but she is needing a little bit of rest just because her energy is pretty low, and so I'll go ahead and let that take place. so that she's not just bag-ass tired. All right, she finished her book. It got her fun up a little bit, but really not enough. So, Piper, what are we going to do with you to get your fun up? I mean, there's not a whole lot she can do on this lot, which is kind of why I was hoping that we could get her knitting, but sometimes she just doesn't want to knit. Okay, so you had yourself a bit of a power nap. Now you're very energized. Seriously, will you please maybe do a little bit of knitting? If I can talk you just into some knitting, I think it will really help you. You're enjoying the great outdoors, like you're energized from your good food, the great outdoors, and using the barbecue and making a new friend with your therapist and him giving you that great information. Overall, you're in a fantastic place. You just need some fun in your life. How about let's go to the onsen and let's socialize. Let's go ahead and just start working on some of those goals that we need, and maybe that will help her get a little bit of her fun up. So we're going to go in here to this onsen, and we're just going to pick some random person, and we're going to let her socialize, and that will hopefully tick that off for her to meet that goal there. And then we will head over to the park so that we can hike on the trail and see if we can run into one of those spirits. I don't think I have actually ever done that before, so that will be interesting. All right, so she is just meeting with the people here in the Onsen bathhouse, and she's like, "Hi, my name is Piper. I am new to the area, and I just wanted to say hello." And they're like, "Oh, hello." And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually coming into the Onsen bathhouse for once, and I'm actually saying hello to people that I don't know, like complete strangers, and I'm not freaking out. Being on this medication is actually helping. This is a miracle." And she's just like, really, look how excited she is about it. She's like, "Oh my God." All right, so we're gonna head her over to the park. We met that goal. We have arrived here at the park. She is super excited that she's able to go to these places in public. She's not freaking out. She's not having these erratic thoughts. She's not having to stop and, talk to her friends. She's actually, meeting goals and getting things done, and she's not having to freak out. She's not having to stop and, be paranoid and, look around and wonder if, someone's talking about her or listen to the whispers. She's not having to do that. Okay, so we have to travel to the sign over here and go either mountain climbing or hike the trails so that we can try to locate the spirits on the trail. So we'll go ahead and go to hike the mountain shrine, and that will give us hopefully that option to meet that. I was going to take her on the bamboo forest first, but let's go ahead actually, and I did cancel that out, and we're just gonna go to the mountain, hike to the mountain shrine, and see if we can find any of those little spirit thingies. All right, so she is just going here on her little walk, and she is inspired by the view. She is loving being out here. Oh my God, we already have some. Okay, this is awesome. So I've never actually seen this. This is great. So let's see if we can get her to collect them. Piper, will you stop? And Piper, will you stop? Piper, will you go back? She's just like, la-ti-da, it's fine. We'll get them on the way back. Like, can you please just not and say we did? Go back and get them.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh great, now what's happening? Oh great, well we're under attack by a bloody, what is that, a centipede? Thank God that we had stuff in our arsenal to fight against that, because then you've gotten bitten again. She's like, this hike is horseshit. Oh, but that's beautiful. Well, she's just coming across all kinds of cool shit tonight. Okay, that we love. We love the fireflies. Piper has had a peaceful encounter with fireflies. Oh, we love that for you, Piper. Now, if you'll please go back and grab those little spirit things. If you had done that on the first place, we would have never gotten attacked by caterpillars, and you wouldn't have gotten a fright of your life. But you don't seem to listen to me. Let's go ahead and try to collect one, and we'll try to make a wish on one. So we'll do one of each and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to try to collect one. Okay, we've done pissed them off. We agitated the forest spirit by trying to collect them. They're unhappy, and that's not good. What does it say? Piper certainly seemed to upset that forest spirit. Some sort of negative magical energy is affecting her now. And now it says we didn't have a pleasant hike. We should have stayed home. Okay, great. Well, shit. Okay, Pepper, you know what? Since that's the case, we'll just end this hike early and we'll go home, because I wasn't trying to get your ass negative magical energy. I just wanted you to see if you could put it in your pocket. She's like, yeah, way to go, bitch. Now you've got me all negatived up. I just got myself cured and feeling good, and now I've got magical energy that's swirling around me that's negative. Yeah, that was my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna get her over here messing with this bonsai tree, see if we can take it slow and achieve emotional mindfulness. And I mean, it's only got 2 leaves on it, so I don't know if that is actually gonna help her at all. There's not really a whole lot she can do for that bonsai tree at this point, other than butcher it. So that might not work. She may have to do other things. So maybe we can get her to light a fire and lay under the moon and just moonbathe for a while and just do things like that to take it slow and achieve emotional mindfulness. It says she could go on a mindful walk, but it doesn't give me that option right now because she already went on a hike today, and she's like, I'm over walking, so I'm not doing it. So that isn't going to work. But she's also really, really tired, so I'll probably go ahead and make her go to bed soon. But for now, she is just enjoying laying here under the moon, sparked by the clouds, looking at the vast sky, enjoying the great outdoors, in the fresh air, with peaceful nature. And she is just loving being here on her home turf, and she was in a state of tranquility out there when she was near the bamboo forest. And so she is just really enjoying her surroundings, and she is in a very inspired mood. So we're just going to let her do that. But she's like, okay, it is a little chilly out, so maybe I will go ahead and just light a fire and then call it a night. So yeah, Piper, let's go ahead and just get yourself a little bit of sleep, and then we will see you in the morning. So it is the next morning. Piper has some major needs that need to be tended to, so we're just going to let her go ahead and get herself a quick shower here. And she is like, okay, let's get some hygiene going on because I'm feeling pretty grody. And then after that, she's going to need to go ahead and throw out this nasty food and get herself something to eat. Oh dear, and she needs to wee. Please don't piss yourself, because then you're just going to need to shower again. Lord have mercy. Don't eat that spoiled food. She's like, I'm totally going to eat it. I don't even effing care. I care, because then you're just going to get yourself sick. Make yourself some actual food that's good for you, and go and clean this toilet because I don't want it catching fire, and then you can pee. She's like, absolutely not. I'm eating this spoiled food. I really don't want you eating that. She's like, it's too late. It's gone now. Oof, for frick's sakes. Piper, she totally ate that bad food, and now she's going to cook. I swear to God. You are something else. She's like, I don't care. Food is food. I'm freaking living out of a shack, for God's sakes. I realize that, but I mean, let's have a little bit of, taste when it comes to our food. You don't have to, actually eat spoiled food that has green clouds coming off of it. I mean, come on. Come on. All right, so now that we have done all of those things, I've sold those potatoes that she had in her inventory. She has made herself some food. Go and clean that toilet so it doesn't catch fire, and then you can use it. Because honestly, if you don't clean it first, then it will totally catch fire and you'll catch fire with it. And I don't have time for you to catch fire. That would be a really, really bad day if you caught yourself on fire and died. What a way to end the challenge, with a dead Piper. Please don't do that. Alright, so now that the toilet is cleaned up, she's going to go ahead and take care of her bladder, and then we are just going to queue up for her to go ahead and harvest and sell and do the things that need to be done with the gardening. I know that she doesn't necessarily like that, but it has to be done. And then we will go ahead and put this fire out because it is a hot day today. We are in fall, so as we know, we had summer and fall that we do need to be in Mount Komorebi to finish our challenges for this area. Now, once we complete this aspiration, we would still have to spend summer and fall in Mount Komorebi. So if we finish this aspiration before it turns into the next season and we're allowed to move, we would just go to the second aspiration, which would be Lord or Lady of the Knits. So if she does finish this aspiration before we can move, we'll just switch her aspiration over to Lord and Lady of the Knits. And Lord, hopefully she can get through some of that, because as we know, getting her to knit is sometimes really difficult. Although it looks like right now she is going to knit for me, so that is fantastic. Look at you go, Piper. All right, so she's just going ahead and finishing up this project. All right, and she did finish a mailbox koozie, so we will go ahead in our inventory. I'm just going to sell that straight away. I do find that sometimes it takes a really long time to sell things on Plopsy if they ever sell. So I don't know if that's actually like even worth having. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Plopsy? Do you think it's even worth it, or should we just sell those things out of the inventory? I think that you do make more money if you sell them on Plopsy, but like sometimes they just don't ever sell. Ever. They literally just sit in your inventory for forever and never sell. Alright, so we are just having her go ahead and knit a beanie now. And she is just really having a good time knitting. I am actually surprised that she is knitting back-to-back projects like that for me. Usually she won't do that. And so the fact that she is doing that for me right now is pretty... Oh, and she has reached level 5 of her knitting skill. You go, queen, you go. We freaking love that, and I am thrilled that your knitting skill is going up so high. That makes me extremely happy for you and me. All right, and she finished another project. We'll go ahead and list this one on Plopsy just to see the difference. I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to get a sell. Okay, that was all the knitting I could get out of her. Very good. Oh, our milestone is complete, guys. We just completed the Globetrotter challenge for that Mount Komorebi sightseer. So she did it. So now we need to change our aspiration to Lord and Lady of the Knits, because we are still in fall and we cannot yet move to our second location. We can't move to the second location until winter. So we do have a little bit more time that we have to actually be here in Mount Komorebi, so we will change her to Lord and Lady of the Knits, and we need to start 3 knitting projects while inspired and knit on a rocking chair. So let's go ahead and purchase her a rocking chair so that she can meet that. Alright, so I've gotten her a rocking chair. And actually, let's do a little bit of purchasing and selling, and let's zhuzh up her place. I want to get her a couple of a planter here, and I want to get her a plant or 2 more that she can plant. I know she hates it, but whatever, I don't really care. I think I'm going to get her some soybeans, but oh, there's a lot of things in here that she could purchase. What is all this crap? I don't even know. This must be like CC kind of stuff, because I've never seen some of this stuff. When you have stuff in the game and you don't even know. Anyhow, I'm just going to look through here and just get her some soybeans, because that's actually what I want her to grow, is some soybeans. Just because maybe she might want to make like candles or something in the future. I don't freaking know. But anyway, I just feel like soybeans would be good. So we'll do soybeans, and there they are. Soybeans. Yes, perfect. Perfecto. And we'll put that there and plant that. So I am just going to have her plant a couple of things here, and then she can grow those. And I'm also going to get her some cannabis seeds and let her grow those. And that's just because I think that would be worth a lot of money if she could sell that. So we will see how that works out as well. Not that she has to be a dealer or anything. I just meant even if she just sells it in her inventory. We'll see. We'll see. So we'll plant that. Because I think they are worth quite a bit once you like harvest them and sell them. So we'll plant that as well. Okay. So now she has planted those. We'll just get her to water them. And that toilet is looking gross, but I don't think it's time to be cleaned. And all of the plants look like they are in pretty good shape, so we can't complain there. All right, Piper, everything's looking so good. And now you are going to go sit in your rocking chair and rock. Well, do you think maybe you might want to knit while you're sitting here? Let's see if we can get her to knit something. Let's see if we can get her to knit a sweater. Because you might as well work on your knitting while you are rocking away. And do some multitasking things. Because if you can knit some stuff, we can put it on Plopsy and see if that whole Plopsy thing works. I will put some stuff on Plopsy just to see how that works out. And you guys can, in the comments for the next episode, let me know what you think, if we should sell those on Plopsy or if we should just sell them out of our inventory. And then for the next episode, then I'll know what to do. Gil, the doctor, is calling, and he is congratulating us on our job that we've landed, because I did get her a part-time job as a lifeguard because we needed a job. Since we are no longer working on our main aspiration, I was like, let's go ahead and get her a job, because we still have about a week and a half's time here in Mount Komorebi before we can travel. So I was like, let's get her a part-time job so she can make some extra money, and that will help us for when we are in our next place. So that is perfect. And she is just knitting her little heart out. She's just in a fine mood. She's not happy or sad or feeling one way or the other. She's just fine as she rocks along knitting this little sweater. I do think she likes that rocking chair though. She's digging it. She's like, this is so much more comfortable than the crate I was sitting in before. And I am going to go ahead and see if I can queue up for her to go to her therapy session. And hopefully she will be able to get to that in time. If she can finish this project, oh no, she's going to miss it. She did, she missed it. Okay, so that means she'll have to go to therapy tomorrow because she missed her therapy session doing her knitting project. So we'll get her into her therapy session for tomorrow's session. First thing, as it opens, we will get her to go and do that. And as you can see, she has invited over Roman, and she's like, do you want to spend a little bit of time together? Because I've had a little bit of a day. It's been kind of slow, just me knitting, and I just need a little bit of excitement in my life. And he's like, yes, I do, and let's go have a little bit of a woohoo in a tent. So they are just going to spend a little bit of time together romantically with one another, having another little woohoo in the tent here. and she is just like feeling some kind of flirty with him. So they are having just a little bit of time together and enjoying each other's company clearly. And she is feeling so great knowing that, you know, she's starting to feel better and they are in this good place together. And she is just going to give him a little bit of an embrace and a kiss and just tell him, like, I just wanted to let you know that it means so much to me that you were around and you were there for me and you supported me when I was at my worst. And now that I'm starting to feel better because I'm on my medication and I'm going to therapy and I'm doing all of these things to feel better, like, it makes me feel so good that you know, you were there for me when I was down and I was out and I was in my bad place, that, you know, you're such a good person. And he's like, oh, thank you. Like, of course I would be there for you when you're going through hard times. I'm not supposed, like, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to just be there for a person when they're at their best. And she's like, well, a lot of people would only be there for a person when they're at their best. And he's like, well, I'm not like that. And she's like, clearly, and that's one of the reasons why I love you so much. So they are just going to spend a little bit of time together here, and they are going to just share in each other's company, and they're going to have some conversation, and they're going to, you know, maybe have, you know, a little bit of some romantic dancing together. And they're just going to be the sweet little couple that we know them to be. So he's like, why does he keep going in her tent? I don't know. But, oh, he was giving her some privacy so she could go to the potty. Oh, and he's such a gentleman, that Roman. He really is. So she's like, I'm just going to go to the washroom and wash up a little bit. I feel a little bit grungy after our little tryst in the tent. And he's like, absolutely, you do what you need to do there, love. And she's like, okay. So she's just going to clean up herself a little bit. And then they're going to have themselves some romantic moments of dancing. Because he's like, I just want to spend as much time with you as I can. And I want to show you how much that you mean to me. And it says she's feeling fresh and frisky as because of the time that she spent with him. And she's utterly enamored with him. And that she's flirty because she woohooed in the wild. The only thing is that woohoo was a little bit more satisfactory, but again, it was also, and she was pleasantly satisfied, which is lovely. But again, filth kills the fun, and it says messiness kills the mood. So again, it could have been better, but it was a tent woohoo. But he's like, you know, still clearly madly in love with her, and she's clearly madly in love with him. And they are just enjoying themselves a nice little romantic dance here. These two are very, very much enjoying their relationship and the feelings of being in love with one another. And they both know that, you know, she's only here for a short time and then she's moving, but they are enjoying this relationship while it lasts. And they don't know what is going to come of it once she leaves Mount Komorebi, but he's asking her on a date. We can't really go on a date. She's actually gone off to therapy because I told you guys I would send her to therapy. So that is where she's currently at, is at therapy. She's getting herself a therapy lesson in, and for whatever reason, her therapist, Gil, has shown up, or the doctor Gil has shown up here to check on her to make sure that she did go off to therapy. And he has seen that she did go, and so he's like, okay, good. I'm glad that she's taken my advice and that she has gone off to therapy like I asked her to do, because it is nice to know that, you know, patients do actually follow up and do as they're, you know, ordered to do, because some patients don't do that and then they don't actually get well or get better. So the fact that Piper is actually following the instructions so that she can get better is letting him know that she's doing well. She's explored and returned home. That's perfect, and we love that. So let's see if she got any moodlets from that. It does say she explored And it was nice to get away from home, but she's glad that she's back home. Okay, so that's good. It doesn't say anything about therapy currently, but it does show that she did explore away from home to give her place a little bit of a facelift. And okay, I do want to give her place a little bit of a facelift. So we are going to make a little bit of changes to this area over here where the sink is. So let's go ahead and do that now.
Let me be in your crew. I just wanna be free. Be with people like me. I'm so not in the mood to be broken and blue. I just wanna go dance. Baby, find me some romance. I don't wanna talk tonight. I don't wanna waste another night. I just wanna hit the floor. Maybe somewhere I haven't been before. I don't wanna kill the vibe. I don't wanna feel it if it don't feel right. I just wanna break the ice. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. I could use a new friend. I don't wanna pretend. You just get who I am. Almost feel like we're fam. Think it's time that we try something money can't buy. You and me should go dance. Maybe find us some romance. I don't wanna talk tonight. I don't wanna waste another night. I just wanna hit the floor. Maybe somewhere I haven't been before. I don't wanna kill the vibe. I don't wanna feel it if it don't feel right. I just wanna break the ice. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. Ooh. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain.
Okay, we have updated this area and I am loving the new look for it, so I think it is great. And as you can see, she is just going to the washroom here, so that is perfect. We love that for us, that this is, oh my god, there's a friggin' fire. No, put your fire out, put your fire out, put yourself out. Oh shit, Piper, extinguish yourself, extinguish yourself, extinguish yourself. Oh my god. Oh my god. Piper. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we lost our tent. Oh my god. I just spent all our money. You have got to be shitting me. Look at her. She is so covered in soot. She's like, F it. I gotta go and eat. No, you need to go have a bath, and now I can't afford to get you a tent. And what are we gonna do? You can't sleep. Oh my god. Isn't that just the way? Isn't that, you know what, guys? I think I am actually going to go ahead and leave this episode here, but it is Wednesday. She'll go for another therapy lesson today, but yeah, this is a definitely good place to leave it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you are notified when another episode goes live on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that she'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space.